Hold on to your butts. These are the Squashbuckler Diaries. Welcome back. You're listening to the Squashbuckler Diaries, where we watch an epic fantasy heroine growing up daily in front of our very eyes, in front of your very eyes. And she is now in season 1, ages 2 to 6. And then we'll have season 2, ages 6 to 9. Then we'll have season 3, ages 9 to 12. You're kind of getting the idea. And she grows up in a dream, in her father's dream, at least right now. And he likes to dream about adventure. So every day they go on, and almost every day they go on adventure and have fun. And the diary is actually not about the adventure. The diary is about how she grows up in dream eventually. After every season, we'll have a book, Lost in Dreams, where we'll actually have actual adventures. And this precedes the book. First book will be age 6, next book will be age 9, and so on. As you can see, each season precedes the next book and comes after the book that came before. And every time I think I say, you're only in episode 20 and you're only in season 1 and you can't figure out exactly what this is. You will not be able to see it yet. And it's my job, aside from telling you the stories, to help you, see what this is, what this will become. So imagine book 5 and she's like 18, and you can go back and read all the previous books, and you can go back and read or listen to all the Squashbuckler Diaries. How a heroine, an actual heroine who will save the world, what she was like when she was a kid, what she was like when she was growing up, which is also why I say that everything here is an Easter egg, because everything influences what she will become, or gives us a kind of a heads up of what's going to happen, or the origins of what she will become. So imagine if she grows up to be 50, for example, how many books we'll have, and how many Squashbuckler Diaries we'll have, and what kind of history she'll have. Imagine if she grows up to be 90, and so on and so on, and how many adventures she will have in all that time. So, last time on the Squashbuckler Diaries, Mary died. Mary used to take care of Joy when she was a kid, when she was a baby, and her father, who is only there when he sleeps, can't be there. So she was there the entire time. How she was there, how is that possible? We'll get into that in the future. But for now, one of her most important people in the world, which she obviously loved, is dead. And her father, who on a subconscious level realizes that he is in a dream, tried to bring her back and couldn't. She was killed and turned to dust for some reason. And that's it. She's dead. And of course, Joy is heartbroken. So let's start with episode 20, and I'll remind you that the story is told by the Red Dragon, which is a dragoness, and she calls Joy Dragon Little, even though Joy isn't a dragon. Red would like to be Joy's mother, and therefore she calls Justin Dragon Father. So, here we go. Episode 20. Episode 20, Mary's Death, Part 2, The Nestling and General Hawk. Age 2.5, told by the Red Dragon. Dragon Little did not understand anything of what Dragon Father said about death. She was 2.5 years old. He tried to bring her back again and again, but could not. He did not yet know, and perhaps never will, the laws of the dream. what you can and cannot summon as a dreamer. Nor did he know, and perhaps never will, the power of Dragon Little that causes such permanent death in dreams. I will not explain it to them. The older she is when she finds out, the better. That night, after Dragonfather vanished, Dragon Little found it very hard to do anything. She was all alone, where before she had Mary to talk to her and play with her. Now she was alone on the deck. Dragon Little called for her, "Mary!" She searched for her in all the spots where Mary would hide during hide and seek. "Mary! Mary!" She looked for her in the infinite prison below deck. "Mary! Mary! Mary!" "Pirate girl, are you looking for Mary?" I recognized General Hawk's deep voice. General Hawk is a half-eagle, half-man, towering far above Dragonfather. He was one of the villains they had imprisoned not long ago. His wings had been burnt off in battle and he could no longer fly. After his defeat, Dragon Little and Dragonfather put him, as they did the other villains, in the infinite prison. "I can't find Mary," Tiny Dragon Little said. Pirate girl, I could not help but hear what had happened. Your Mary, she is dead." "Where is she?" "She's gone," he spoke softly in a warmth I'd never heard from him before. "She is never coming back." "What? I want her back. I want Mary." I know you want Mary," he continued. It was as if he was speaking to his own child and not his worst enemy. "But she cannot come back from where she is. She is gone, but not because of you. She would want to see you, I'm sure. She would want to play with you all the time and help you go to sleep. She is dead. It happens sometimes in battle. She still loves you." Dragon Little cried. Her father was not there to console her. Mary was not there to console her. She was alone. There, little pirate girl, there, I could hear the rustling of his feathers on human flesh, and my body tightened, ready to leap into action. There, cry. It is a sign of your love for her. The rustling continued, but so did the crying. He had reached through the metal bars and simply caressed her hair. He was not doing evil. As she cried, he said, "You know, maybe I can help you. If you need your Mary and you really miss her, then maybe you should come here, and I will talk to you. I am not Mary, but maybe you can be my Nestling." I could hear her move her head. She was probably nodding. "Okay, Nestling, it's a deal. Now cry, little Nestling. Cry as much as you want to." Told by the Red Dragon. So, that was part 2 of a mini-series within the Squashbuckler Diaries. And it talks about death and dealing with death. And it is hard to explain to people, to young kids and, this young 2.5 to how to deal with death, what death is. It's a big, long process because, even grown-ups don't understand it, can't comprehend it. So how could kids? And kids have less of an ability to deal with it. So this fantasy story, this fantasy epic story, the Squashbuckler Diaries and Lost in Dreams, are based on my life with my 3 girls, and I had to explain to my oldest girl. She was 2. She realized she could die, I could die, everyone could die. That was a tough evening. And so here it comes up in stages, just as it did in life. And these diaries are the diaries of joy, and also the diaries of me and my 3 girls and my wife, their mother. So, but unfortunately, as she recently discovered, she's not really in the story. The mother. This is a story about a girl and her father, because that's how I experienced it at the time. And, there will be a mother, but, well, let's not get into that now. So, it's kind of embarrassing, but that's what it is. It's about the love of a father to a child and a child to a father. So, and how that develops across the decades, not the years, the decades. So that, again, I'm trying to explain futilely what the Squashbuckler Diaries are and is. And one day, many years from now, you will get it. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy the journey. Have a great new year. 2020 is upon us. The Squashbuckler Diaries are written and read by me, Guy Hasson. If you want to know more about the Squashbuckler Diaries, check out the website, guyhasson.com, which is GUYHASSON.com. The theme music is called Brash Gentleman and is by Thomas Herudek. I will talk to you again tomorrow in the dream. Ahoo! Okay, sorry about that.